Creek. Okay, here's our new Millcreek spreader. She's a 57 model. Came through the post the other day. Wasn't quite the post lady that brought it, but anyway, I thought I would just show what it looks like. I wanted to see what it looked like a bit more before I bought it, so I thought I'd make a video in case someone else wants to get one. I'm sure there's lots of other people who want to get one, but it's something that we were missing out on our homestead. So here is a big pile of shits from my wife's just come in with svachinko, some bread for me, and a big pile of shits from our cows and horses that we need to move over. So we're going to be pulling it for the time being with our Lada Niva Russian four-wheel drive car, which is our general purpose homestead car and road car. And in future I'm going to buy the Pioneer four-cart from the US or the UK for pulling this with our two Haflingi horses.
If you will behave yourself.
If I behave myself, I'll be allowed to buy it. So come back and I'll give you a more... There she is. I've just put the handle down and lifted the blocker so it doesn't fall out as you're driving along. And our beautiful Lada Niva is going to pull her along and we'll see how she goes. First testing, I really hope that I tightened all the bolts up and got the instructions, follow the instructions properly. Probably like most people, I am the kind of person who doesn't read all the instructions until it actually doesn't work. So if something goes wrong, I'm sure it's actually my fault, but it's a pretty simple mechanism and I should be okay. So here comes my little assistance and we'll see how it goes.
Now we are getting closer to the manure spreader. He already opened it at the back so that sheets can be spread everywhere, and we shouldn't be too close to it. Now you can start. As you can see now, it's opened so that sheets can gradually be spread everywhere, and there is a line behind it. Can you see the line behind it nicely spread? And our wonderful Russian car is doing good job for us.
I'm going to go back.
So I will ask the driver, and you'll keep yourself in a safe distance.
It's half empty, so I turn back and go round.
I know.
And then I come again.
You have to go a little bit away from it. Pedro, nech si v tom připlazen. Já jenom filmuju, víš? Nech to v tom, budeš jak vypadat, jak prase.
Again, we've been about five times up and we've removed quite a bit of this shit. It's quite a big pile still to go. I don't know, probably about 20 or 30 trips still to go, but just trying to get in as much before the second grass grows. We just cut a large piece of grass in the meadow, so we thought we'd quickly cut some. The car got a bit splattered, have to wash him off, but I think it was the wind blowing from behind us, and the wind just was a bit strong and it was blowing it all straight onto me. So I'm glad I was in a car, not on a tractor. I was a bit covered with that stuff. I'm really very happy with it. It's amazing. For a long time there's not been something that my wife has been so excited with, because it just spreads over the field so nicely. This is the first larger piece of machinery for our homestead we've had. On our website we're selling real Austrian scythe blades and doing courses and stuff like that, so usually we do it very small, but as you can see over the last 2 years we've accumulated a lot of horse and cow manure which needs spreading, so we are both very excited to get this machine, and my first impressions have been excellent. I did have one or two problems in the meadow. One, this long chain here came off. It took me quite a while, and I put a hole in my arm, unfortunately, just because of the bad technique I was trying to use. I had a hammer with a spike on it. They have like carpenter hammers, and I was trying to use that to stretch the chain over here. In the end, I wrapped one of those sort of car winches between here and the wheel, and I used that to pull it down, to tension this spring, so that I could get the chain back on. I don't know quite why it came off, but I think it needs some adjusting, which I'm going to have a look to see if I can do. Not sure if you can see down this line, but the actual chain, as it goes down onto that big wheel there, which is a drive from the wheels, the main wheels, it's not quite aligned. So as you lower it, let's see if I can hold that still and lower it. No, I don't think it really shifted at all. Now I'm not sure I lowered that. I don't think it's really put it onto the thing properly. No. Yeah, see, I didn't have the camera on there, but as you probably heard, I had to push it with my hand, and I think it is this guide pin or something here needs pushing over. Maybe even this thing here needs undoing and pushing along the shaft a little bit. I might even post this video just so that the wonderful guy Kevin, who I spoke to in the UK office, I think it's at millcreek.co.uk, he was helping me on the website and really excellent. Maybe, oh, I just noticed there's one spring that I forgot to put back on. Where did that go? It goes all the way up here on the top. Yep, I've got to put that back on the top. So let's do that, and then I'll come back to this. Okay, I fixed that spring back on. I'd actually removed it, I think, when I was trying to get the chain back around that cog, hoping that it would somehow make it easier, but it didn't, and then I forgot to put it back. But I think there's still the problem with the alignment of the chain. So I have the handle up, although I think putting that big spring on was the reason why this main handle, when I was driving along, and I didn't want to spread any shits, it had a tendency to come down. But I think that was just because of this spring here was missing, so my mistake. I'm not very good at reading instructions, and I tightened most of the bolts up, but I forgot to tighten this back one up here, so I lost one bolt from there, but that's my mistake. But it's really a great bit of equipment, and I'm very excited to use it. What else is there? So I need to just fix that alignment so it goes smoothly. Maybe I will post this and see what any comments are before I go fiddling myself to adjust it, because it worked fine for the first few trips, and then something must have shifted. I guess I should just check to see if anything is actually loose. Maybe something wasn't quite tightened, and probably there was something in the instructions which I should have just read, so it's my mistake. Anyway, that's it from me here. You see the car in the background. It's a beautiful evening, and we'll carry on the saga of spreading all this beautiful manure onto our meadow. Bye for now. Here we are again, 2 days after using the Millcreek 57 manure spreader, and we have removed a largish section, I guess about a quarter, maybe an eighth, or a quarter. Oh, removed a little bit. Still got a lot to go. There she is. Tried to clean her a little bit. It rained, so got cleaned off. But I'm really impressed with the whole system. Looking forward mostly to hooking it up to the horses. Must go now and measure the horses for collars and save up some money to buy the Pioneer 4 card so I can pull it, so I can let the car have a rest. But excellent, just a conclusion to this video. Thanks a lot Kevin at millcreek.co.uk for advising me on the phone and allowing me to feel confident buying it, such an expensive thing from the UK, and getting the shipping all sorted out and everything like that. It's really very nice. Thank you very much.